Hi, I'm James Curtis, and I'm here with Hugh, our good friend from Unknown Worlds, and he is showing off Natural Selection 2 Reinforced. Right. So what are you reinforcing?
We're reinforcing Natural Selection 2, funnily enough. We're taking what was a released game that had been out for a year that we've been improving with constant updates and saying, all right, let's add a whole bunch more stuff to it. Let's make it twice as good as it already was. That's the idea with Reinforced, is to add a whole bunch of new content to this game for free.
Right, and the first step to that, female characters, obviously. Female avatar needed to happen, but what else besides that have you added?
We've added the new map Biodome, which is a giant new map which has a completely new aesthetic to the game. We've added a whole bunch of grenades for the Marines, such as cluster grenades that can detonate across a whole room, nerve gas grenades to flush aliens out of a hive, pulse grenades to damage their ability to attack. We've added, as you said, the female Marines in 4 or 5 different armor styles for her, which is very important to us. We've added a new Black Shadow Skulk to the game that you can purchase through the reinforcement program, which we'll probably get to later.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of stuff. The changelog is as big as my. It's the Onos, the giant.
As big as your what, Hugh?
Not quite as big as that. The Onos can now use an ability called Bone Shield, for example. You might see it in the trailer behind us. You've got a dual minigun exosuit firing at an Onos. The Onos can crouch down, raise its bones as a shield in front of it and stop all the bullets. So there's all abilities like that have gone in. So there's a whole bunch of new content that's gone in for Reinforced.
So before we talk about this weird reverse Kickstarter you've gotten yourself into, how have all these changes affected the balance of the game, and what has been the player reception so far?
Player reception has been pretty good. We released sort of the bedrock of the update 3 days ago just to test the waters, a lot of the balance changes. The response from our competitive community was very good. It's still too early to say what the response is going to be overall to the balance changes in Reinforced. There have been a lot of them because balance iteration is really important to us. We do have quite a healthy competitive scene. We want to maintain that. It's just too early to say what the swing is going to be, but I have a feeling that we have a slight imbalance, especially in public games, towards the aliens. I have a feeling with the new Marine weapons, it's going to swing back a bit.
And you slightly balanced is like what, a percent or something? It's extremely precise. Something around that?
It oscillates so much. So for example, we can put our build 252 and have these balance changes going in, and suddenly we see the what we call the random probability of victory in a game, in a randomly sampled game, go to 50%. And then we won't change a thing, and over 3 weeks it'll swing to 55, 45 as people discover new ways of playing the game. So it's a very organic thing, game balance. It's so tricky.
Extremely. If you guys haven't checked it out, just the base game, Natural Selection, like the vanilla, do it. It's got a meta like no other. It's an RTS, FPS, and it actually flows well, and it's competitive. Anyway, so let's talk about this whole Reinforced project. And so you are actually telling people how much you spent producing this expansion, so why don't you give me that number?
Absolutely. So this update has been in development for 6 months. We've cumulatively released bits of it to the player base of Natural Selection 2 over those 6 months as free updates. It cost us $550,000 to make over those 6 months, and we've told everyone that, and we said, okay, if you like that, if you like what you see in Reinforced, here are some reward tiers where you can support us for what we've done.
It's like the good guys of Kickstarter. It's like reverse. So let's say I love it and I want to drop $90 to say I love this game.
Well, you could absolutely do that right now. Or you could drop, I think the closest tier would be 75 at naturalselection2.com/reinforced. There's a whole bunch of different reward tiers that people can select depending on just how much they like the update. And everyone says, hey, it'll never work. There's been so many examples of these reverse Kickstarters failing. And when you give people content for free, they just won't pay for it. But we have seen a very good response. We've seen $50,000 in the first 23 hours. So we're really happy with that. We sold out of one of our tiers, which was a limited run, in 40 minutes, which is the $333 tier. So we think there is a market out there for it. And we think people, when they see good content, might be okay with saying, all right, thanks for doing that. I want more of this. Here's some money for some cool armor and a different skulk skin, a soundtrack, all that stuff.
So best case scenario, 10 days from now you're breaking even if everybody buys the damn game. So the next thing I want to ask about is the future of Natural Selection. It's been something that's been continuously updated. It's one of those games, and this is a rare honor because my hard drive is always filled with video footage that takes up terabytes, but Natural Selection has been installed since I bought it. Something I will jump back whenever I feel like kicking ass as a Marine. Screw the aliens. But what about the future? What about more content and then the big word, esports? Because it is very fun and it is very well balanced, and not a lot of games can say that. So tell me about that.
The future of NS2 is it's basically you've asked that at the perfect moment, because with the reinforced program happening right now, it's the decision point where we say, okay, do we continue working on natural selection 2 full time? Is that something that is sustainable for us as a business? Can we keep paying our people and keeping the lights on if we do that? It depends on the success of the reinforced program. We will continue to patch NS2, keep it balanced, keep going bug fixes, but whether we do another huge content update like reinforced, another expansion like reinforced or gorgeous, that depends on the success of the reinforced program. As for esports events, we've done 3 big ones so far. We are considering a 4th. We're not sure. The competitive scene is very active. It's very healthy, but it is also quite small. So there's a limit to how much money our community can afford to put into, say, prize pools and all that, because we certainly can't fund those events wholly on our own anymore. So it's up there. We're definitely open to a lot of ideas.
So how much is the base ticket to get in the game if I wanted to go purchase it on Steam right now? Not on sale. When it's on sale, it's like $1. But anyway.
Well, it is on sale right now on Steam because we're doing a free weekend right now on Steam, which is until September 2nd. And right now the game costs $6 because it's 75% off. Normally it's 25, but it's 75% off this weekend during the free weekend.
Well, you know those games that you buy for $60, get 4 hours out of, and then you're like, what the hell, why did I just buy that? This is the opposite of that. You're paying next to nothing. It's, seriously, I know I'm talking this game up, but it's a tremendously awesome experience. Check it out. Hugh, Jeremy, always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us.
For your kind words.
Yeah, and we'll hopefully look forward to that esports scene, and play Marines, don't play aliens.